Well, hello, beautiful people. It's me, Sam, from your friendly neighborhood Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to be reviewing a Danny Brown new album. It's a big event. I love Danny Brown, easily one of my favorite artists working right now. And I'm just going to say he's had quite a year. He recently had a album with JPEG Mafia that was chaotic. It was fun, it was crazy, it was all over the place, but it's pretty great, called Scaring the Hose. I reviewed it earlier this year. I thought that was a really great album, easily one of the best of the year so far. Now what we have is Quaranta, and this is a sequel to one of his earlier albums, 30. I'm gonna say this up front, okay? Those looking for a straight up Danny Brown album, what he's usually known for, won't get it completely, okay? This is easily his most introspective. It is his deepest album to date. It's hands down his most beautiful album to date. I mean, there are tracks here that I was so taken aback by, not only the lyrics, but the music. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. He gets into some really personal stuff. Now, a lot of people were saying that, they wish he would have gone deeper. And although I can understand the argument in that maybe there could have been a few more tracks that would have delved more into a lot more of his personal issues. I think what we get here is enough, okay? It's 11 tracks, it's around 36 minutes, and it flies by in the best possible way. It doesn't feel short, it doesn't feel long, it just feels right. Now, there's a track on here, Celibate. I was trying to think of the title. Celibate. I like the song, I like Danny Brown's part in it. I think Mike's feature on this is easily one of the weaker aspects of this whole album. As I listened to it more, I thought it was fine, but I just think it's hands down one of the least favorite parts of the entire album. I think as we get into the second half, it gets a lot into some heavier stuff. The final track ends on just this great and beautiful note. This was a surprise. There are a couple of tracks, or a few tracks, that, are what you would expect from a Danny album, like Tanter, it's really fun, really great. But for the most part, I thought this was really great, man. Huge surprise. I loved it. I find myself listening to it every single day since it released. I can't wait to listen to it again. And although, like I said, I feel like there are a few, it would have benefited maybe adding maybe 2 or 3 more tracks to kind of delve more into a lot of his personal issues. I'm glad to see Danny at a really good spot because, his past albums, he's dealt with, drug abuse and addiction. And now this is basically him trying to turn a new leaf, starting a new life. And if he puts out another album like this, then, that good on him, because this for me might just be my favorite album of the year and an album of the year contender for me. There's been a lot of great albums, but I'm trying to think of some other ones that I loved more than this one. And although there are a few, I wouldn't even say a couple of little things that, I didn't love about the album. Overall, this is one that I'm just going to be listening to again and again. And for me, it's been the most fun to listen to. And there's not really a skip for me. Each track is great in its own way. Some of them are somber. Some of them are fun, fast-paced and shorter. But I love that, man. This is great. I mean, 36 minutes, 11 tracks. This is what I love about albums, is that they're to the point. They dive into some very deep and personal issues, and I'm glad to see Danny open up a lot more in this album. So yeah, I love this album. Can't wait to listen to it again. Who knows, maybe in a month or two, this will be a 10 out of 10 for me. But as of right now, those couple minor issues that I have with it, I'm giving this a very, very strong 9 out of 10. If you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. If you're on the fence about Danny Brown, if you think some of his tracks aren't for you, I highly recommend you listen to this because I think this might be his most I don't want to say mainstream because I don't want it to seem like he's selling out, but it's his most easy to listen to because I know for some people Danny Brown is, it's too experimental. But here I think it's the easiest I've been able to listen to, or he's just has just this smooth cadence about him. His raps are smooth. It's like he's taking his time, much more calmer and yet at times chaotic. But yeah, love this album. Love it, 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 love it. Very, very, very strong 9 out of 10 for Quaranta. And I love how the whole album comes to a full circle at the end. So guys, thank you so much. If you've listened to it, let me know your thoughts. If you are nervous about it, I hope this review encourages you to actually check it out. So thank you so much and take care.